interesting bracket.
It's
Okay, are we live?
we are live.
Okay, so
Wait, we're not we're
um,
not we're not we're not live yet. YouTube
uh,
takes a little bit more time. Okay, now we are live.
well, so hello, I'm Octo. This is Memories with me. Um, I wanted to talk about the brackets because, as you can see, the first round is One Eye versus Sarris, which is both are definitely players which are like, you know them, they're pretty good, to say the least. I definitely thought that Cyrus might win this one, but if he wins against One Eye, which will be very hard against One Eye, then he goes against Luke. And that's both these matchups are really hard for him. And then on the second round we have Cosmoteer versus Timmy, which from the past record I think Cosmoteer got this probably. On the third round, Roger ain't right and Nemec. Both are decent. We haven't seen too much of Nemec in the tournament, so it's hard to say. I remember Roger ain't right. I remember him. We'll see. Fourth round is Tartarus versus Lolirus, which I don't know who Lolirus is. Maybe I just forgot, but I think my opinion is Tartarus will win the fourth round. Fifth round, Nabi versus Slowking. Definitely Slowking, the current champion. I think he definitely got this. Sixth round, Vortex Light versus Polar Bear. Now, I definitely think Polar Bear gonna win this one. And seventh round, Cazador versus Pyro. Well, I remember seeing El Cazador somewhere. I don't know if it was the tournament or the Discord, but Pyrus have a good track record. Pretty good.
I wouldn't call my bits just yet, Octo. I think most, apart from a few who are new participants, I think most people in this tournament are either veterans or champions. So.
And also, this tournament will be played in arena mode, which will be interesting.
Which will make Octo very mad.
Not very mad.
Just somewhat mad.
Yeah, because I don't like arena mode. I played it a few times. Wasn't that fun?
Well, I will say, no matter what happens, this is going to be a learning experience. So, maybe next time we're going to go back to elimination, just
Definitely.
normal. Hey, maybe. But anyway, just waiting for our participants to ready up. Also, just a reminder to everybody else, please do not join when it's not your turn. I may accidentally kick and ban you.
Okay,
Alright?
so Sarris versus One Eye. We'll have to see the ships they used, and also because this is arena mode, they can change ships while in
Yes.
the game. Okay, so One Eye is with a small scout ship, and so does Sarris, but One Eye doesn't have any weapons, and Sarris have a few lasers, 2 lasers and the shield. I think One Eye have more mobility because you can see Sarris have mainly small thrusters, which are less good in the meta currently, and One Eye By the way, one is scout look pretty nice. Yeah, well, it is weird because arena mode, you know. Mm,
Remember, these two players eventually do have to respawn. Otherwise,
yes.
the enemy can just take out the little AI ships that are flying around for 3 points.
Yes. And the first one to reach 2,000 points, right?
Yes.
Wins. Well, I think that's definitely was a mistake on One Eye side not to bring in weapons at all on his ship. Meanwhile, like, how do I open the leaderboard in this?
You press
What's
space
the
bar.
button?
Press space.
Space? Oh, right. That's the button. So right now...
Right now, Cyrus is just trying to attack the little AI ships with not much success because it's basically all armor.
Well,
But...
he does have 1 point. Okay, so when I respond, this time with a small ship with weapons. And it's loaded up.
Remember, it's a lot easier to get points from attacking player ships because player ships aren't made out of like 90% armor. Of course, player ships also fight back. What's also important to remember is that just because you respawn doesn't mean the ship you left behind is now worth no points. So if Cyrus wants to, he can go and attack the little scout.
But it will disintegrate slowly, if I'm not mistaken. Well, one I says that he thinks most of the battle will be small ships. He might be right, but I think only battles with both pro players on each side, like both know what they're doing, might be small ships. Because the point you get for the ship in the arena mode is
based on the ship cost.
It depends on on how much the ship cost. So like a ship that costs 1 million credits is worth 1,000 points. 2 million credits, 2,000 points. So you wanna have small ships, so you don't give the enemy a lot of points.
Of course.
And right now,
Sarris
is leading with 26 points to 0.
Actually, it's 26 points to -11 because One Eye respawned.
Because you're right. I forgot you also lose points when you get damage.
Of course, if you stay back and just don't fight for the entire game. Oh, there looks like there's another ship that just
Sarris just summoned a fighting wall, a dodger wall. I think One Eye will do the same soon.
Remember, the maximum ship price in this mode is 1.5 million. So you can't just lose from getting from one ship being destroyed.
Yeah, it seems like One Eye is respawning with a ship made to fight. Yeah. Oh, it's a railgun spinner. With some missiles on the side. Well, he is loading up. Will take him a bit of time, I think.
Now,
while Cyrus is destroying that small ship, just disintegrating it.
Now, it's important, if I were Cyrus, I would not go for the little meteor AI ships because they're not really worth the time to destroy unless there's nothing else left.
I think it is worth less because you get points and more because the enemy loses points. Also notice that Cyrus wall is a triple shielding type with a lot of crew. That's a lot of crew for each compartment. I haven't seen this much in other ships. But aside from that, it's a normal dodger wall. Some electro bolts and the small cannons, the mobility we are used to. Right now, the leaderboard is 162 to Sarris and 13 for One Eye, which just respawned.
No,
The
that's
AI
an AI
respawned.
respawn.
That's AI, yes.
But no, the AI do not lose points because they always respawn after being destroyed.
Yeah, well, I think when I made a mistake with the ship choice he got here, because if he can't catch up to Cyrus can just keep killing the AI for small points and let the timer run out. So, and then he just wins. 4 minutes left, a bit less.
Also, important to know that this isn't like elimination where the battle still goes on until the ships are destroyed by the ring perimeter. As soon as the timer reaches 0, the person with most points wins.
Well, One Eye is spinning, but Cyrus have no reason to get close to him. He will just go to the AI ship again and destroy it. This was definitely a weak choice by One Eye.
Of course, he can try and protect the AI ship himself, but he's too slow to get there in time.
If the AI will respawn behind One Eye the next time, there is a. If he have enough luck with the position of the AI, he might be able to do it.
Well, technically, the AI did respawn behind it, but even at this distance, I'm pretty sure Cyrus can just go around him because of how slow the rail spinner is. But it looks like Cyrus has instead decided to go for the big points.
Oh, it
Or
looks
not.
like the railguns on One Eye ship aren't fully powered up. Only 2 instead of 4.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, the doors apparently.
Well, yes, it does look like it because... Huh. Curious.
Well, One Eye still have a chance. If he can get a few good railgun shots, he may be able to. Okay.
It doesn't look like it. Once the wall is touching the spinner, it's gonna stop the spinning motion.
No, I think he can still spin enough. No, right. That was a very bad game for One Eye and for the wrong reasons. He definitely is a good player, and it's a shame he didn't have the chance to show it.
I think in general that a slow rail spinner in this mode is just not the meta.
Yeah, I think the problem is that arena mode just have a very different meta from the normal game. So, and One Eye didn't anticipate that. He was just because if this was a normal match, I think he would definitely had the counter, because against the railgun spinner, the dodger wall can't do much. Oh, one I responded. Not that it will do much now with almost 1,000 points different.
Nah, even if he could, it's too slow to actually get back into the ring.
Yeah.
But
game over.
Congratulations to Sarris for winning round 1, and let me just put on round 2. Round 2 is Cosmoteer versus Timmy. So, for those of you who are a bit confused as to why exactly we're doing an arena mode this time round, There's two reasons. The primary reason is that we're doing arena mode to prevent ship counters, which is people picking a ship, well, two people picking their ships, and then one ship just countering the other out of pure luck. That is the primary reason. The secondary reason is that arena mode actually has an objective for people to go for. In this case, it's the small AI ships. Let me just get rid of Sarris real quick. So you are not forced to fight the enemy if the enemy is building a ship design that you do not want to fight directly. It's up to the enemy to force you to fight them.
Well, this match we have Timmy from the Gustav Glass and Fourth Clan, I think they call themselves, and Cosmoteer, which is the former champion, if you remember from 2 tournaments ago.
Oh, I remember all the champions, except for the ones I can't.
Great. I definitely think Cosmoteer have the upper hand here. We'll have to see.
Well,
okay, so on the right we have from Timmy a fast dodger wall with small cannons, but only 4 electrobolts, sorry. No PD on the front too, that might be a problem against the missile ship. But Cosmoteer have 2 smaller dodger walls, which I pretty like. Small and large cannons, no electrobolts that I can see, and some PD. Very nice. Well, by the look of things, Cosmoteer is using a double shielding technique, and Timmy is using also some sort of double. Actually, I believe that's a quadruple shielding. No.
No, that's
it is
triple. No, that's quadruple.
Yeah,
There's
it is
4.
triple. No, on each 4 cannons you have 3.5 shields, something like that. It is kind of a weird shielding on this one, because you have this zigzag pattern of shields going on. Well, I think Timmy is going into a bait, because he can't catch up to Cosmoteer's ship because it weighs so much less. Meanwhile, Cosmoteer will create an advantage of points by destroying this small AI ship.
Remember, you don't always have to go for the enemy. You can always go for the AI ship. Of course, because Timmy has probably more cannons, then he's going to destroy the AI ship faster, which forces Cosmoteer to fight him.
Timmy and one of Cosmoteer's ship are out of the perimeter of death. That means they will lose points slowly to the perimeter. And Cosmoteer is on the lead right now because he destroyed that AI ship. I believe Cosmoteer's plan is to have one ship constantly keeping Timmy off the AI, because if he attacks the AI, the ship will flank him, and the other ship to attack the AI and collect the points himself. And that's a good strategy.
But if Timmy can get onto that ship that's harassing him, then he's going to get a lot more points really quickly.
Yeah, but as I said, because that ship weighs so much less than Timmy's ship, I don't think he can catch up. You see, right now, Timmy's a disadvantage of points. Even if he destroy the AI ships, I don't believe it will close the gap, because the AI is worth only 100 points. Yeah, there will still be a gap. So yeah, and Cosmoteer is flanking as I thought. He didn't manage to flank though. Timmy was just too fast with the reaction. Timmy is opening his back again to Cosmoteer. No, turning again. Cosmoteer won't let him get the AI ship. As I said, he will just keep harassing him again and again. Because the moment Timmy turns to the ship, he will be flanked.
Of course. Oh, this looks like a good approach.
That's gonna be some damage on
Uh,
both. Okay, Timmy suffered most from this, I think. You can see some of his engine mod gone bad. Does he have fire extinguisher there? Because I can see fire. Oh yeah, yeah, fire extinguishers. I can see some fire extinguishers. Good, good. Cosmoteer just need to keep this up. Right now he have the advantage. Only 6 more minutes. Okay, Cosmoteer is maneuvering slowly, not slowly, rather quickly, but he is maneuvering himself, positioning himself in the right way. Timmy seems like he tries to shield the AI ship, which is not really the right. Oh, that's some damage. Oh, that was a nice barrage from Timmy. Still not enough to close the gap though. Oh, will Cosmoteer? I think he's going for the flank again. He will definitely try to.
unfortunately, I think Cosmoteer is just a bit too fast for Timmy to catch.
Yeah, it's the difference in weight of the ships, as I said, because Cosmoteer is splitting the weight to 2 ships. He can have a much lighter ship with enough thrust to move it. It's just it's a simple strategy. The harass and just keep being faster than the enemy. Not much Timmy can do, except maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't have an idea for Timmy to close the gap right now.
He could
Except
always
maybe some black.
He could always push the AI ship around and use that, basically keep it with him all the time as he goes and attack the enemy AI. That's the advantage of having a big wall in front of you.
Well, maybe.
You can waiting for the rod can work, but remember that once the timer gets to 0, you will just instantly lose based on points difference.
And also the rod only make you lose points. The enemy won't get points. Oh, and Cosmoteer is the flank again, but he is spinning from the speed. Okay, the rod only make you lose points. It doesn't give the enemy points. So if you both go out the road at the same time, the gap will stay the same. This might do some damage to Cosmoteer. No, misses completely.
Oops, sorry about that. We just had to quickly cut out while I get ore back in here.
Right.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. If you want me, I'm available. Your choice.
Nice to have you. Great.
Okay, cool. Is that are you in the middle of it or?
Yes,
Yeah,
we are. We'll
round.
have to wait until next round.
Match.
Okay, let me get to the stream. Hang on. Or I'll open the game up.
Right now, both AI ships got out of the perimeter. Both will lose points slowly. But I think Timmy's one got out first, right? Yeah.
I'm already seeing a possible improvement I can make to this mode. But yeah, we'll have to wait until next tournament. No, but it does look like Timmy is doing some decent damage to Cosmoteer, yes.
But not enough. Cosmoteer is still on the lead with almost 100-point gap.
Now, if Timmy can chase Cosmoteer out, he will make Cosmoteer slowly lose points. Yeah.
I don't know if he can. We'll have to see. Timmy did lose one edge room on the right side, which will be problematic because the thrust isn't balanced on the ship anymore. But Cosmoteer also lost some thrust. Well, the AI ships are starting to take a bit of damage now. Soon they will lose the points.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They will always automatically respawn.
Yeah, but they make the team. Well, Cosmoteer is out of the perimeter, which is bad, but he's back already. Good. Oh, Cosmoteer got a flank. I think he definitely got the advantage with that two ships, so because he can just flank Timmy so well. Okay, Timmy is out of the perimeter with his big ship, and that's really a problem, a big problem.
He can still win this instantly if he just destroys one of Cosmoteer's ships. However, it's probably not going to be easy to do because
right now both teams are losing points quickly. Timmy is still on the lose. The airship responded for Cosmoteer team. Okay, the gap is getting smaller, I think.
Oh, it looks like Cosmoteer is now in a losing team. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No. Cosmoteer is still on the lead.
Barely.
Oh!
Oh!
On the lead. Somewhat of a tie.
It's a tie game?
Tie game. I didn't even know that was an option. Are we gonna do a rematch?
No, actually I think we're gonna base this on points. Because, which team...
No, the points were tied.
Oh, it doesn't look tied on my screen. It looks like negative 79 for Timmy and negative 80 for Cosmoteer.
On my screen, it was both negative 79.
Bolt, fix your damn game already. Well,
you got a password, guys.
I'll be honest, I didn't really expect this to happen, but, do we go again? What do you two think?
I don't think we should go again.
Did it say tied game at the end of the game?
Yes, it did. It did. So.
Okay, it was tied game then. Tied game.
Yeah, I think we should probably go again then.
I'm trying to access the game. We've got a password, guys.
ION.
Say that again, sorry.
It's ION.
ION.
ION, cheers. Thank you.
Oh, Cosmoteer is saying that he's giving it to Timmy. That was weird because on my screen it was definitely Timmy who won that.
Okay, then Timmy will go to the next round.
Ooh. Man, I'm getting flashbacks to the...
One Eye and Cosmoteer in the two first games.
I told you, you shouldn't make your bets yet.
Ooh, no. In the first game I was right. I bet on Sarris and I was correct. Wasn't I? But that one, yeah, a surprise. Definitely. That's the thing with arena mode. It can change the tide real quick. Well, next game is Tartarus versus Loliros. Please join.
Have we seen any of the disposable crew quarters yet?
No, we have not.
No, not yet, because in arena mode, I believe it will be a disadvantage to have this kind of ship. I think, I don't know, because you leave the crew quarters behind, so the enemy can get them.
Yeah.
No, that's
Well,
not Lolly
Nemec,
Ross.
it's not your turn. Next time.
Also, I think you got it wrong. Next round isn't Lolly Ross versus Tartarus. It's a Nemec versus Roger ain't right.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Tartarus, but you're gonna have to wait until next round.
Was looking at the wrong place. Sorry. So Roger and right versus Nemec. As I said, both are players we've seen before. Nemec, I don't think we've seen him at the tournament before, but I've definitely seen him on the Discord a lot. Roger and Wright, I remember him. He had some decent chips in the last few times. Oh, did Nemec left? Oh.
Octo.
So what's happening with these AI players then?
The reason we have AI players is so that a player doesn't just get a point lead and then click respawn without ever actually respawning. Because if they don't respawn, then technically the enemy player can never get points and they just lose from time. So that's why there are AI ships flying around.
Gotcha. That needs a fix.
Oh, Nemec. Here we go.
Hello, Nemec.
Of course, the other reason I wanted to add AI ships... Yes, it is Nemec's turn.
Is it pronounced Nemec or Namek? Or Nemec? What am I to know?
But no, like, I've wanted to add AI ships into the tournament for a long time now, just because they can serve as an objective for the other player to attack. Because right now, it's always deathmatch. You always have to fight the enemy, regardless of what you want to do. Like, there's no way of... If you have a bad ship and you want to fight him in a specific way, then you have no choice. You have to, like, just either wait for the perimeter or fight him immediately. Whereas with AI ships...
Just let me cut you real quick. By the look of things, Nemec is using a full-on battleship, while Roger and Wright is going with a small 100k ship. So we'll have to see how this one goes. Okay, you can continue. Sorry about that.
Alright. Oh, so some of this strategy is about choosing smaller ships and then seeing what your opponent brings and then bringing in something bigger.
Yes. Of course.
Okay, so Nemec has some kind of a fusion between a Dodger wall and the missile kiter by the look of things. Very colorful, by the way. And Roger got a small ion scout ship thingy. Okay. Some users armor there, and I would definitely like to see some more backward thrust, but yeah, that's just a scout, so... Well, both are going to the middle. Roger will probably want to respawn, like, sacrifice this ship and respawn with a counter to Nemec ship, so we can get the points.
Of course, he needs to know what the counter is, have the counter ready, and he's gonna lose the points from respawning and the little ship being destroyed.
I'm not 100% sure.
Right now, no one took any damage, and Roger, he might just get some damage on the AI and then kite.
He's not fast enough. I'm pretty sure that ship is really fast.
Yeah. And
I really like Nemec's ship. It's quite... Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so now Roger gonna spawn, but what he gonna spawn with? Because usually against the dodger wall you want to get a spinner, but the spinner is too slow in this situation, so the enemy can just
He win
get.
with a
Oh,
spinner.
he took a railgun spinner. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So let's see what he does because Nemec can now. Oh, Nemec is fighting him. Because he didn't light
He's
up.
not warmed up yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem with respawning. You have to wait until your ship is all ready.
Although he needs to start, he's kind of wasted that assault there. Because
Yeah, too much ammo.
yeah.
And he didn't aim it well enough, I guess.
You should have just shot it straight down the barrel of that gun.
Well, that was a nice shot.
That's
That was beautiful.
yeah, Nemec. If I were you, I would just run because the
Yep.
spinner is too slow. Get the AI ship and keep kiting. Well, I think that's game over for Roger pretty much. Unless Nemec makes some crucial mistake, Roger can't do much.
I think next time we do this, we're gonna have one AI ship in a free-for-all instead. Because having two is a bit unfair because people go for different ones. Next time.
I'm still not 100% sure of what the arena mode, and I'm not talking about in the tournament, just what the arena mode is really meant to achieve.
That makes two of us, War. That makes two of
I
us.
I totally get when he brought the Circle of Death out. I totally understood it, and it seemed like a really wonderful addition to the game. But the arena mode, I've played with it like half a dozen times, and I just don't seem to get it. I sort of feel like I'm missing something, like a crucial part of information as to why it's a superior game mode.
I think that Walt's intention with arena mode was to improve on team deathmatch by giving it like without actually giving it an objective. In other words, it was pointless from the start.
No, I think because the points are the objective, so you need to get the points from the enemy and keep your own by not getting damaged. But I think it's not fast-paced enough because it give a more slow vibe to the game, which I don't like.
I mean, I can so from a mechanical point of view, that seems very much to have sort of. It sounds like a non-mechanic. It sounds like a replacement for you've got to keep your ship alive and kill theirs. It sounds like it doesn't feel like it's any different from the actual mechanic that already exists. If you get what I mean.
I think
You're
the
not
only
forcing
thing
you to do anything else.
it's actually achieving is changing the meta of the ship themselves. Instead of having this meta with these counters, you have now this meta with these counters, but the game is still the same game. It's still Cosmoteer.
Yeah.
It won't change fundamentally because now you can respawn instead of just when you die, you die.
It probably allows. So we have the term brawler in Cosmoteer, which is like a wonderful term that just means a ship that can take a bit of damage and can is a general all rounder. But like I suppose in the arena mode you can go for the more specialist ships. You can go for those pure, the purebreds like your kiter, your. Do you know what I mean? Your wall with and these.
Yeah, but personally, I like more the baller kind of meta when you have to really finish up all the things about your ships so it will be perfect and like to achieve this slight advantage against the enemy instead of just having like some kind of weird chess slow-paced game. I don't know.
It's very kind of min-maxing, kind of like how you design ships in this. Actually, I hadn't even really considered it. But anyway, Nemec just running around. Appears to be running the time
as
down.
He should. As he should.
I do like his ship. How many missile launchers has he got on that thing? 3 on the side, is that? We stop moving. Yep.
Well, Nemec ship it's a pretty. On the front, it's a pretty normal dodger wall, triple shielding, some electro bolts, some PD, and he added some missiles on the side, so it's somewhat between a dodger wall and the missile kiter. The only thing I don't like that he did was on the models of the engines, he replaced an engine with PD, which I don't like because there aren't that many missiles in the current meta, so we definitely should prioritize thrust. Oh, never mind. I'm blind. You just rotated the the thruster and added the PD on top of him. Never mind. So
Oh, I see what you
don't
mean.
mind me. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just yeah. That's just this game just gonna be very similar to the first one with One Eye and Sarris, because the spinners, even though they countered the dodger wall, they just aren't fast enough, and because of the AI ships, yeah, they can't do much.
This is the first spinner I've seen since Dallas's, or the first railgun
Well,
spinner. They
we
keep
have
telling
seen
me
the
that
one
it's
from One Eye 2 rounds ago. You wasn't here, obviously, but we've seen one, and because they counter dodger wall pretty well, pretty significant. But in this game mode, they're not gonna do it because they lack the speed. Well, 1 minute 40 seconds remain. Will Roger be able to close this gap when the roads get small enough? Oh, maybe Nemec will get some points from the AI. That's good for him.
He's going to
Bad
be in
for
range.
Roger, though.
He's going to be in range very shortly.
His own AI ship is outside the perimeter, which means he's slowly losing points.
Yeah, but not that much points, you know. It's not that.
Well, it also respawned outside the perimeter again.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now
Roger's
here comes the
missiles.
railguns.
Oh, that was
Oh.
significant.
Definitely.
That was 1 out
Yeah,
of
is
4
that
of the
some chain reaction on the point?
That was a cracking shot. And that
Yeah.
okay. he
I
needs
think
to
that
start doing-
instantly put Roger in the lead.
Yeah, Nemec now in the close quarters fight without the AI, he can't do much against the spinner.
This little rail fan here, I think if he spins it properly, he should be able to get a
He
fan off.
seems to
Come
be
on.
getting some trouble spinning
There we
this.
go. That
Good enough.
quite as good as it could have been.
Oh, I think that's enough for Roger, though.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely enough now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And
done.
here Nemec goes.
But depends. Can he get a good damage shot off? No, Team 1 wins. Congratulations
wins.
to Roger for winning round
Roger.
3. Now, round 4 is actually Tartarus versus Lonnie Ross.
Sorry about that.
I don't think anyone would have called railgun spinners 2 months ago.
Okay, so by the look of things, Lolios will be using a full ship, a full battleship
And
this
Tartarus
game,
is
and
going
Tartarus
with the
will
scout
be using
thing
a
again.
small scout. Okay, so on the right from Lolivos,
That's a
an
rail
iron
fan. Wait,
No, that's
oh,
an iron
fan.
fork.
Iron fork.
Iron fork.
We don't have iron fans. We have iron forks.
There's
We
no
have
point in
rail fans.
yeah. There's no point in fanning iron.
I like the way it looks, but iron forks are really not the meta right now. But who knows? Maybe in this game mode.
Well, it
might-
should beat
might be
it should
different.
beat the just about the simplest shit possible from Tartarus.
I don't like the cannons on the sides though. Definitely not the ammo storage there without barely any ammo on it. Definitely not liking that. Also, I don't see any PD. Okay, and on the left we have a small scout ship, one laser, two thrusters. Yeah, just very small.
A lot of hope.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, this iron forks is a bit more maneuverable than I was expecting.
No,
Nabi's
it
got
definitely have a lot of thrust and a lot of engine rooms too.
It's got 12,
But-
12 iron beams there. That's quite respectable. And he's wide enough for missiles to not be that much of a threat. And like, let's be honest, we're not expecting to see missiles. But you know, in fact, if I was Tartarus, I would be bringing out my missile kite. In about
Yeah,
30,
I think
30 seconds.
I would do the same. That's just the way this looks. Aha, take that. Okay, so what starter's gonna spawn? I would bet a missile kiter or a dodger wall probably.
He needs to spawn
We're waiting for
eventually.
you. Tartarus.
Well, if he doesn't want to spawn, that's lots of free points. Just kidding, like, attacking the little AI
Please,
ship.
please, no missiles, I beg. I like it. Yep. You're right. You don't want missiles. A PD, they're not expensive,
Oh,
dude.
he spawned rails. For some reason, he spawned
Ah.
rails. Okay. I have to see.
A really interesting ship.
Well,
The,
on the
the-
left
the-
one,
the
on the
Lupe.
left one, he have a lot of small thrusters, and I don't like that because small thrusters are pretty much useless in my opinion, especially on ships that big.
It could just
Yeah, I
be
would
there to
definitely-
round out the cost, but ooh, that's actually a pretty fast ion fan. Not fan.
It is, isn't it? And
Fork.
these things aren't rotating particularly quickly either, and the front of this ion fan is quite well taken care of, like defensively speaking.
Yeah,
I
good.
mean, if he can swing, if he needs to swing around the side of one of these guys in order to stop himself being targeted.
One good railgun shot though, and that's what over.
Yeah, but when will he wind up the rails
Yeah.
finally? Oh,
Wow.
Oh man, that was a miss by a mile as well.
Well, here comes this one. This
no,
one's
the
online.
ions are shrinking. That one.
He's out of range of the big railgun now.
Wow, that
Oh.
was disappointing.
Yeah, he did hit, but the ions are slowly shrinking.
I think he needs to try and tilt a little bit so he can hit some of the side.
I think the next shot might be able to take out
Well,
a
with the
railgun.
other, meanwhile, he's taking the AI, or trying to at least.
Ooh.
Okay, the rail has taken some damage, and it
Uh,
will
Gonna
explode.
be out.
Bye-bye.
There we go. Turn it around.
Ah,
And
that
let's
was
go
a
get the other guy.
wrong ship choice. That's the wrong cheap choice.
Well, you even told him to pick missiles. What can you do?
And Tartarus with the other shape, he is spinning the wrong way, it seems. Showing his back. Okay, he's fixing it now.
Okay, so how well defended is the front of this ship? He's got a fair amount of armor and some shielding.
And a lot of stars. Definitely a lot
Yeah.
of stars. You have the small behemoth you used.
Oh,
back
we
then.
weren't being mean,
Oh.
Tartarus.
Hey, that was a nice
Well,
shot.
that railgun did go through, but the middle is pretty empty, so
I mean,
Yeah,
even
that
if he
was
does
pretty
split it, like, what's the? There's nothing to do other than get flanked.
no, he won't split it because of the structure, I think.
Railgun doesn't destroy structure.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, he did change his angle a bit, so he will do damage to other places now. Once he gets through the armor. Oh, that's
This
what's
should be
yeah.
good. This should be good if he keeps this one lined up.
Oh, the next shot might hit. No. The next one, definitely gonna hit. Both part of the perimeter.
Come on, Tartarus.
No, he lost the angle.
Uh-oh.
He's lost the angle, and it
Okay.
looks like, ooh, do another shot. Doesn't seem to do
And,
much.
Yeah, like Lollyros needs to get back into.
Oh, no, that's bad for Lollyros. That's
Oh!
bad. That ship is just too slow for the meta, I think. If he was faster, he could have won.
Lollyros back in with plenty of time to spare as well. I don't think we're going to get Tartarus' ship back in.
I mean, we've known that since like the first few tournaments. Speed is the key to victory, right?
Yeah. Yes. And Tartarus was never a player which was about speed. As you may remember, he is a former champion, but the champion,
Tartarus?
the tournament that he won. Oh no, Pyros is a former champion. Sorry, I
With
confused.
Cyrus is not in this game.
Yeah, I confused the two because of the similar names. Sorry. Never mind. I confused it. I'm sorry.
And he was making fun of me for not being able to remember the champions. Actually, I can't remember. I can't remember them either.
I'm pretty sure it's just Dallas, Octo, and Orb, and I'm pretty sure that's it, isn't it?
Close enough. Close enough. Close enough.
Tartarus might be able to respond, and if it's something fast enough and good enough, he might be able to.
Well,
Okay,
actually,
so that's it.
And where he spawns.
That's not fast enough.
he's gonna
I
get
mean, the
destroyed
ship
by the
is not
perimeter
fast
first.
enough, yeah.
Well, actually, he can still possibly win this just by destroying Lollyross's ship if he doesn't take too much damage.
Yes, but it's gonna be hard.
He's
because
gonna have a
the
lot of
ship-
problems getting through the front end of this ship.
Well, he splitted to the two walls that he. Maybe if he can get a good flank, you know.
Oh, what just happened to that ship? It fell apart.
No, it's splitted
Okay.
on purpose.
I'm not really seeing the point of doing that. I mean,
He tried to flank, but again,
Yeah,
it's just not
this-
fast. Quite fast enough.
The ion really needs flanking. You can't really get to it from the front, and he's got a great opportunity here. I just don't think he's got enough,
He might
enough firepower.
be able to do something. Let's see.
Okay.
Only half a minute left though.
I know, and he's losing parts of his ship as well, which means he's losing more and more points all the time. Don't think he's going to do it. Those ions really are chewing through the front of this big portion of ship.
He's not aiming right, I think. Okay, changed it.
I mean, if you could get maybe those center... If you can hit one of those center reactors, give it a
No,
chain.
5 seconds. 5 seconds. And no, we're just not gonna do it. Lorios
Congratulations to
continues
Lorios.
with the next round.
Well done, Lorios. Like the ion. org.
Okay, so next round, this time for real, gonna be Nabi and Slowking.
Remember, Slowking is the champion from last tournament.
Okay, so by the look of things, Nabi gonna use a full-on battleship, and Slowking didn't make his choice. Oh, a small scout ship, and again. Nabi, oh, please ready up. Okay, Nabi, only you now.
Are we seeing, has anybody noticed that the people who choose the small scout ships are actually the ones that are winning?
Well, Tartarus chose a small ship last time, and he
yeah.
didn't win.
And in the first game, both used a scout ship.
Okay,
So not a lot of statistics.
we
to
don't have
back
the
you
data
up.
yet.
Yeah, but yeah, I think a small scout ship is definitely the way to go here. Okay, so on the right, oh, it's 4 ships. 2 red walls of hybrid ion lasers, missiles, and pretty much everything.
Wow.
Even FTL and
Hey,
missile storages.
look at the side, it's got like ions at the side.
Oh,
Sorry, what ships are we talking about?
Nebi's ships. Nebi.
the red one.
Oh, yes, yes,
Nebi,
yes.
you are a king, Nebi. And the tiny little ones look frisky as all hell. They're great.
And well, Slowking is using a dodger wall. I would like to call that.
Baby version of a daughter ball.
Yeah, I definitely think Nebi ship not gonna stand any ship that's
There's too much wasted wasted money.
Slowking. Yes,
With the
even
sensors,
and
FTL,
FTL
yeah.
and storages everywhere. Oh, Slowking crashed.
Ah.
Well, we'll give him another one and then...
We will restart the battle one time.
Well, we should probably wait until that small ship gets destroyed first, right? Come on. Faster. You can't do it, small ship. Oh, it's just gonna disintegrate. Wow. That's boring. Okay, we'll restart.
Nabi, we would like you to forfeit instead of just close it. We close the game.
Yeah, that way we'd have to,
restart.
like, yeah.
Can you even forfeit in arena mode?
No,
never
because
tried
there's 2
that.
AI ships, remember? So we might as well just restart then.
Okay, we're gonna have to restart and rejoin. Alright, well, cool.
But luckily, I have the rules all set up with a preset. There we go.
How fun!
Go. Ah, I shall play. No, I shall not.
Well, did you change the password?
I did not. It's the exact same.
Nabi and Slowking are all in.
Wait, just let
Caps
me.
lock? Have you got caps lock on?
No, I was not on English. In my keyboard, they have two languages in it, so. Yeah.
Ah, cool. Is English your first or second language?
English is my second language. I speak my native language is Hebrew.
Cool. You're very good at English, dude.
I concur.
Thank you.
It's alright.
I appreciate that.
We're still waiting on Octo.
Well, it's still incorrect password.
Let me just copy and.
Come on.
Ah,
Hey,
finally.
well.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alright, waiting for our Octo to get ready. And
Sorry
here
for
we go.
delaying you all. Okay, so by the look of things. Wait, I didn't see. Ah, yes, Slowking will start with a full battleship this time because you already know what Nabi have. So the need for the scout ship isn't really. Okay, so Slowking have a Dodger Kiter Wall fusion.
Same as we saw a little while ago.
Yeah, and he have the detachable crew.
For the first
There
time.
we go.
What?
Okay.
Notice how it's not on the thrusters though,
I
because
know, he's not making the most of that wall. Yeah, detachable crew.
well, I think because he got it, like he got what he wants. He gets rid of the extra weight.
Yeah,
You can.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just picky. He has lost a fair amount of weight there.
And
Yeah,
he's also
and
lost
50
50 points.
Aha. And so, what have we got then? And yeah, Nabi knows what he's playing, and he's getting straight down to business.
Yeah, we'll just.
So-
I think we'll just decimate Nabi because.
Oh, that's unfair, but perhaps accurate.
Well, let's be real
Yeah.
here. I don't really see how
Okay, so-
Nimby
Ships
so-
with FTL never really do the,
You know,
do the
when
job
they're
for
heavy-
me.
No, it's-
Does Nebby even have any PD on his ships? He has.
I believe. Yeah, he
has
have on the
a
side.
tiny amount.
Oh, that was
This
disintegrated.
will be fun.
Not for Nabi, but never mind. And the second ship ceases to
Well,
exist
you know,
in every way.
I was browsing Reddit today, and I encountered on the Cosmoteer subreddit, someone asked, "How do you win the game? When do you know when you win the game?" So what's your opinion on that? Because obviously you can get a bounty hunter mode and like the biggest galaxy, and you can clear it up. But that's really boring. So how do you think you can actually say you beat the game?
Well,
Wait.
you participate in the Grand Championship, and once you get that little orange name on Discord, you know
Well,
you've won.
That was my answer originally, but then I thought because that's like being the best at the game. You don't have to be the best to actually win, right?
I feel like when you can look at your enemy ship and you can understand how best to beat that ship. Like, even if you don't have that, like the ship that's, do you know what I mean? As soon as you've got an understanding of the mechanics and how best to deal with everything, and
So when you understand the game, when you
understand, that's exactly where.
Okay, that's a pretty good answer. I think, in my new opinion on this is that you can say you won the game, you beat it, when you can give advice to other players how to do the same, how to be at your level. Like when people go to you asking for advice, how did you do? I think that's when you can say I beat the game. You see other people coming to me asking for advice how to beat it themselves.
Nabi lost his first batch of ships and is perhaps about to lose his second batch of ships as well. We shall see. That is one of the really nice things about this game, actually, is once you know a thing or two, the younger, and you play someone in multiplayer and you can see that obviously a noob and they're clusters, they're reactors. You know, you have a chat with them on Discord and you tell them what they're doing wrong, and then a week later they come back and beat you. It's just nice.
Okay, so that game just is over.
Yep. Congratulations
well
to
done.
Slowking.
To
We'll
Slowking.
continue to the next round.
No upsets there, really. That was pretty standard. Well done to both of you.
I think that was the first time we actually won by points rather than, well, we've won every game by points, but this was the first one that actually reached 2,000.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so next match will be Vortex Light against Polar Bear.
Okay. I think I've played against Vortex at some point. Polar Bear, obviously, fairly accomplished.
I didn't even hear Vortex name until now. Don't know anything about him.
I don't know anything about any of these players. I'm pretty sure I haven't participated in the multiplayer for a very long time.
Well, I was saying that the teaching stuff. Well, two players I wanna point out in that department. One is One Eye, which have wonderful guides on the forum. You should all check it. Wonderful, truly. And the other one is Fortmaster Gustav, which we haven't seen him at the tournament
Ever.
yet. I believe he might join us sometime, but he's definitely very formidable for in the multiplayer. I can't beat him myself most of the times, or all of the times I can. And he have something called the Fourth Clan, I believe, which Timmy is a part of. We've seen Timmy in the second round, in the second match, when he teaches Cosmoteer. Yeah, nice. So you should, the guys watching who know less about Cosmoteer should both check those two guys out. Preferably before you join the tournament, right? But yes, so Vortex Light, by the look of things, will be using a small scout ship, as we've seen until now from some players, and we're still waiting for Polar Bear to show up. Polar Bear, you here?
Apparently, Polar Bear is having trouble with game mods.
Your game data is incompatible. Ooh. You might have a mod on.
Or data changes to a data folder.
Maybe on the missile
Prototype, yes, that's also possible. You need to make sure you're on 14.4, not missile prototype 5.
Speaking of prototypes, it's been a long time since we had a release.
I asked Walt about that. I asked him.
Not what
I
it
asked
seemed
him.
ungrateful or anything.
I asked him. He said soon. TM.
Okay, no worries.
Well, it is a very big update. I mean, missiles, bounty hunter ship, the nukes will be on this one, I believe, and maybe even the EMP missiles. Yeah. That's part of the missiles update, right. So it's gonna be a big update. It's gonna add some very nifty ships to the bounty hunter. May I say?
Oh, is one of yours in there?
Yeah, the fifth
cool.
one. The fifth one.
Yeah, well done. Nice one.
Well, until now, the only ships we have in Bounty Hunter are ships made by Walt and ships made by David the Herb. Things like Terror are made by David. Which he is one of Walt's friends, right?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have some community ships in the Bounty Hunter mod. especially the Fracture by Dallas, which is the Grand Champion. Very, very nice ship. It's gonna be functioning like some sort of final boss for Bounty Hunter, I think.
Nice. Cool. Which one of yours went in?
The
I
Qatari one.
wasn't allowed to
The red and
participate.
gray one.
I wasn't allowed to
In
participate.
the design tournament, you
No.
mean?
Yeah.
No,
Because you were one of the judges.
Yeah. I wanted to, I had a shit, but I mean, not only am I the judge, I'm also the person who, you know, tests the ships and sends them over to vote for evaluation, so I think it's called a conflict of interest if I'm also joining. We could probably just skip this round for now and come back to it after round 7.
Which is the next one.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully Polar Bear has it
Cazador
fixed.
versus Pyrus.
Okay, Vortex and Polar Bear come back in a little while, and we've got Cazador and Preyas.
So Pyrus is the one I was talking about before, the former champion. Yeah. Well, interesting bit of information. You know that if you count the After Dark tournament and the modded tournament we had, Polar Bear is actually the one who won the most tournaments.
The modded tournament
Really?
doesn't count. It's
wow.
Yeah,
does not count.
I know. I
Well,
don't
if you
count
wanna
it
call it-
either.
We
I
can
just said
start
it.
counting the Cosmoteer League tournaments as well, and then we're all right.
Ah,
There we go.
Still like,
Then where are we, eh?
we need to bring back the Saturday brawl. But then my Saturdays are almost always full.
Yeah, this is yeah. I'd like to do one brawl in between each of the official ones. I'd quite like to get it official. I don't quite know how to go about doing that, but like as a team thing, because like the brawls already were fun as team stuff. And
If you
yeah,
want to
I
do
quite
an
like it.
official one, you gotta go contact World and tell him that Memories has decided to quit. He's just done. He's quit for good now.
Let's go. We got Smooshy in here, and we've got Preyas in here.
Smooshy is El Cazador, right?
I hope.
Yes,
Yes.
that's him. Okay, great.
In that case, I've played against Smooshy quite a lot, and quite a reasonable player. In fact,
Okay,
they're not
so by
that
the
far
look
away
of
from
it,
each other.
this game, both are gonna start with full-on ships. No
Okay.
scouting this time.
Indeed. So I'd expect brawlers.
Actually, from Pyrus, I expect a missile boat because that's what he brought to us until now.
This is a 1.5, isn't it? He might play here. He had like an anchor-shaped heavy laser stroke railgun ship.
Right.
Anchor-shaped. I can't even seem to remember
Yeah,
that. name.
right. I remember that. The laser.
I like that. Yeah, I like that ship. No idea what Smooshy's going to play there at all.
Okay, so on the right we have from Smooshy a missile kiter. Yeah, that's a missile kiter. Yeah, and on the left from Pyrus we have a missile boat with railguns on.
There we go. Okay.
I think.
Nice, interesting matchup, but wait, does Smooshy have PD? Yeah, they both have PD. Okay, Smooshy is a lot faster though, and as we know, speed is key.
But the
Can
speed
you
isn't going to make any difference because the range of the weapons is both the same. So as soon as you both start having the same kind of ranged weaponry, it's not really about the speed anymore. It's gonna like Preyas' rotation of speed is going to be extremely important here, and hopefully he's got more than that. But
It's gonna be interesting to watch. It's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting to watch.
Preyas, start painting your ships, mate.
That's not the correct target to attack, Smushy.
come into the side here.
That's not a.
And a couple.
Oh, the thrusters gonna hit. No.
I mean, with missiles, it doesn't really matter too much if you flank. I mean, it matters a little, but more importantly is that he needs to get out of that the firing angle of those railguns.
Yeah.
He's doing quite a good job of staying on that side. In fact,
Not quite good enough, I think, because.
do you think they're gonna meet?
I have to see. Oh, I think he's aiming for the railgun.
That's a good choice because the railguns obviously take more damage.
And they give you a lot of points.
Well, the ships themselves are worth like 1,500 points regardless. Ooh,
No,
oh,
this is
now
what,
Cyrus has overturned.
He will. But the missiles, will they be able to reach those one iron shot?
Oh, that's
the thrusters at the back. That's bad for Smoshy. Really bad. He should have added some PD there too. Oh, and he lost all his thrusters.
Pyrus just got
all
a
these
huge amount of
missiles.
points from that because the front section is now taking.
Missiles.
Yeah, the front section is taking now not worth any more points.
Well, Pyrus is on the lead with 700 points because Smoshy just
lost the front
all
section.
the points from the front section. So
I think
and now Smoshy doesn't have any weapons, and if he will respawn, he will just create a bigger gap.
I think he needs to attack the weapons rather than.
No, I don't think so because soon enough it will just disintegrate itself as everything that you that gets this attached to your shape in arena mode does.
Oh, it's starting to take a significant damage anyway. Okay.
Oh, he's trying to push him out of the perimeter apparently.
Okay, and how much
Zoom him out.
Has he got any rotation left in him? Come on.
I don't know how much it will help, and the missiles still can get him.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's gonna lose all those engines and have to respawn. And when he does respawn, it's gonna be a massive disadvantage. Like, he's down what 1,000 points right now? No, nearly 1,000 points.
900, yeah, and now 1,000 points.
Okay. And Preyas has got most of his ship left. If he takes the first volley quite nicely off of this next attack, he should be alright now.
If I were Preyas, I might have even considered respawning.
If he respawns, he's gonna lose a huge amount of points as well. And that what's left of the ship is still free to get
Okay,
destroyed.
Smoshy is using a ship, some sort of biter cannon ship.
Heavy cannon? No.
I think he doesn't have enough cannons there. Like, it's too much armor in the inside. With biters, you want to have as much firepower concentrating on the ship. But this one is more focused on defense, it seems, which is kind of weird. Also, yeah, a decent amount of PD, but maybe not enough against a missile ship like Pyrus.
That is a pretty crippled missile ship, though. Like, he can't even move faster than the perimeter right now, I think.
It's moving with the perimeter. Maybe, yeah, a bit slower than the perimeter.
I think he decided to go back a bit. I'm not sure.
Oh, the railguns. One penetrated.
There we go. I think that's what he wanted to do. He just wanted something capable of taking out the railguns. And then he's got a lot of point defense around the side. And if he forces contact onto Preyas' ship front ways, he's got quite a lot of back-facing point defense, but it's not looking like he's using it.
The other railgun will go out soon, I believe, but I think it didn't get another shot. But the missiles are doing damage.
They are. They are.
As I said, I don't think he had enough PD to fight against the missile ship.
Smoshy is starting to catch up with points though.
I don't believe that's fast enough. And meanwhile, Pyrus is doing damage.
Depends. Can he destroy Pyrus' ship? Because if he can, that changes, that can change a lot of things. 800 points.
I think Pyrus will just respawn his ship and will fight the now crippled fighter that Smoshy have.
Yep. And I'm not even sure Preyas isn't going to destroy this ship with what's left of his.
Probably not.
Because it looks like these missiles are starting to find their way home in the back of the ship.
No, I don't think so, because it looks like the fighter is doing enough damage.
It's going through quite, yeah.
There's a
The missiles will cripple it, though. You can see on one side it's barely have any thrusters now.
There's still a few missile launchers left, but it does look like this ship is going down.
And only 2.5 minutes left, and Pyrus is still on the lead. Almost 1,000 points different.
I think
And
this
now
next
more
shot
than
is going to just win Pyrus if those missiles don't detonate against shields.
Maybe he might be able to reach the 2,000 before he respawns. You only need 30 more points. 2,000 mark.
And there we go. Preyas wins.
Pyrus goes to the next round. So now back to Polar Bear and Vortex Light.
How do you pronounce his name, by the way? Because you two both pronounce it differently.
You can do it as you wish.
Okay, we're moving back to round 6 with Polar Bear versus Vortex Light. Polar Bear has fixed this game.
Welcome, Polar Bear.
Vortex Light. Hello.
Man, this happens every time. Polar Bear accidentally installed Cosmoteer inside Cosmoteer.
What? I'm sorry, what? How do you install a game inside the game?
My brain hurts.
I should probably drink some coffee then.
We'll give Vortex like a few more minutes.
Polar Bear apparently will use Scout Ship this game.
So, while waiting, let us discuss more about this arena mode, because Octo has already made it clear to me that he doesn't like it. What about you, Orb?
I don't like it, but I think it could be fixed. I'm not sure I like it for competition. Saying that though, I have only this for it to go on. Yeah, that sounds quite blunt, and I don't think I mean it quite as bluntly as it's come out. But definitely, competitively, I'm not too keen on it at the moment. And just as a player of the game, I don't feel like it's found its feet yet, and I don't feel like it's quite where it's going to end up.
Like, I would much prefer you guys be blunt with me, because people aren't blunt with me enough. So I have no idea what people actually want.
I don't think. So far, I have only heard negative about arena mode in competitive from other people, and it's not been a great amount of people. But like, I definitely haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anyone say, "Oh yay, arena mode," and I have heard people say, "Oh, arena mode." So that's what I've heard. That's like just going on around the water cooler, as it were.
So, now, my argument for arena mode is that people are complaining about chip counters. I'm sure you know that already, right?
Well, I think ship counters still exist the same way here. It's just that now one gonna spawn his ship first, and then the other one gonna spawn the counter. But the first one still can't respawn with the counter because we will lose so much points. You see?
So two top players in this game will spawn with scouts. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we have with Sarris and One Eye.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we're still exactly in the same place when it comes to. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, so by the look of things, Vortex Light is using some kind of splitter 5-way ion. Just remember to change the flight direction, please.
There we go. Ion.
Those are iron walls. Yeah, nothing too special about them.
Not enough shielding, I'd say.
Very red. And a scout, 2 large cannons from a polar bear. Also nothing too special.
Like, my counter-argument for respawning with ships is that respawning is actually risky. Not only do you lose a small amount of points, the ship you respawn with is not going to be powered. And like what Nemec tried to do with, against... Who was it he was up against?
Cyrus and One Eye?
No. Nemec tried to do it against Roger's cannon spinner. No, not cannon spinner. Rail spinner.
Okay, so if yeah, Polar should respond soon.
If he doesn't want to respawn, then there's no reason to force him.
Oh, here the ions start to.
Polar Bear might be waiting for the most amount of credits he can get to respawn with. Might be waiting for the death of.
Okay, so Polar AI ship is gonna get fried very soon.
I did set this to not share team credits, right? No. The maximum ship price is 1.5 million.
Okay, fair is. Cool.
I'm not completely incompetent. I'm just somewhat incompetent.
We would never suggest that.
Okay, so I think Polar is stalling for time. So when he gets his ship, he will have the enemy will Vortex Light will have less chances to get the points back.
Polar Bear is technically down 182 points.
Now at this point, you want a quick start ship like Cool Rocco builds. You drop it in, it's ready to go in 30 seconds. In under 30 seconds, you haven't got to worry about it. Oh my god! We have
a missile.
Yep. A missile V.
A missile diagonal ship. Interesting. Oh, does Vortex Light not have any PD? Yeah, it doesn't have any PD. That's why we're
okay.
Not very quick start though.
Vortex like could have got in there. If he can get anything, if he can get anything behind. Oh, actually, he hasn't got PD, has he? No. Okay, get that.
No. That's the problem, the PD.
Okay, so is this going to be Polar Bear sitting in the middle?
Guys, remember, when building a ship, you need to remember
Point
three
defense.
things. No chain reaction, add fire extinguishers, and add PD. Three things.
Backwards thrust is useful as well.
Well, Vortex like does have some. It's hard to tell if there's any fire extinguishers on a ship.
It is. I petitioned the powers that be to give the fire extinguishers a little something to make them visible from.
Yeah, like a few
Above.
red spots on the top.
Yeah,
maybe.
just something or anything, but
I've petitioned the powers that be to let us look inside the ship, instead of just outside it.
Oh, in spectator mode, you mean? In observer mode. Mm.
well, I can take a screenshot and copy a ship almost exactly anyway, so it doesn't seem like there's any much point in not allowing it really. If anybody can do that, you might as well just trade.
And they start to brawl. Polar doesn't have any shields against the ions, but the missile will, I think, will just
Shoot through.
The missiles have the highest DPS in the game if your enemy doesn't have any PD. So I don't think the ions.
I'm
will
wondering
be
how
able to-
explosive Polar Bear's ship is. Like, is Polar Bear ship's one massive chain reaction, or is it just me?
No, it's not a massive chain reaction.
The other thing that
It's definitely not.
the other thing to make note of is remember ion beams are bugged in arena mode right now. Like I
Oh,
made.
they are?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I've
What
made
is
an
the bug?
announcement. You don't get
I
points.
think you did. I didn't see it there. Go on.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't get
I
points.
remember now. What is the bug?
You don't get points from it. That's why.
What?
That's why Vortex Light is still at
Oh,
negative
it's
5 points.
horrible.
Somebody give Vortex a cuddle. Crikey, that's horrible. Don't tell him. Just don't tell him. It looks like he's doing quite a good job taking apart Polar Bear. We didn't have money on that, did we?
But I don't think you will be able to win with the iron.
I don't know.
He can't because
It kind of is.
there's just no way he can because we'd have to calculate well actually if we calculate based on damage taken we might be able to. So if we don't
Wait,
have
but he did get points. He will get points if the whole ship is destroyed. Then you will get points for the whole ship or the whole.
I'm not sure that's gonna how it works. I'm pretty sure it's either gonna give him reduced points.
When he destroyed the AI, right?
He didn't get any points from destroying the AI either. That's why he's at negative 5 points. We'd have to calculate based on damage taken instead. But even with that calculation, Vortex is still quite a bit behind Polar Bear.
Polar Bear saying he is taking points from him though.
That's not possible to calculate, I don't think.
Oh, it looks like it perhaps isn't going to be an issue anyway.
Yeah, regardless, if you have a look at this, I'm pretty sure Vortex does not have the upper hand in this battle.
70 points to 818 points. However, Polar Bear is...
That's not Polar Bear, that's Vortex Light.
Vortex just respawned with a broadsider, with missiles and railguns in the mid. Interesting choice, but as you may or may not know, I don't like broadsiders. Yes, they are quite nice looking, if you know what you're doing, but they're not really competitive. Also, this one have sensors and ammo storages, which I
You're such a
hate.
snob.
Yeah, I am, and I know that.
Or quit whining. Take what's given to you.
Polar Bear
Points disintegrated because he was out of the circle. As I said, yep.
So he's losing points.
So this is actually not
and
close.
he's still out of the circle, and I don't think he's
he
going to be powered
respawned
enough.
with a spinner, a railgun spinner, just respawned.
And he's not moving, and he's out of the circle.
He is moving.
Yeah, kinda. He's not getting back into that circle. Would be my guess.
That is one very slow ship.
That's how spinners are.
He is now moving. Yep. Okay. He's in. So, Polar Bear, 805 points.
Only 1 minute left. Less than 1 minute left. The rails. Oh, they penetrated.
Those are some pretty long rails, but like another 2 shots.
Oh, I missed most of them. He missed. Well, he isn't at the middle. Yeah. I didn't get the rail. Thought he would get it.
Well, congratulations to Polar Bear for winning that very confusing fight. Alright, we are now moving on to stage 2, and finally Luke gets to participate. Round 1 is Luke versus Sarris, and going back to the arena mode thing, like just so I can explain why exactly I decided to change arena mode for this one. Like I said, the primary reason is just because I think that ship counters in this game are currently luck based. There's actually a real problem of 2 people picking random ships and then one just countering the other one based off their ship design. And arena mode, it's not perfect in fixing it, but because we're at 2,000 points and the max ship value is 1.5 million, you can get destroyed once and then still respawn with another ship and possibly win. That's my reasoning behind this.
I agree with your reasoning. Yep. Logic is sound. Totally. No problems with it at all. Let's, give it a go this time, give it a go next time, let's see if it sticks. Everyone's going to say they don't like it to start with because it's something new. Just stick with it and we'll see what happens. Your logic is very sound. Just because we're a bit grumpy at the beginning, that doesn't mean we shouldn't. You know what I mean? I think we should give it a go.
I think Sorry, you go. You go. No. You.
Okay, I don't. I might be tempted to stick another couple of minutes on the game length, so that what you're saying is that we have time to swap ships and we have time to make a difference and we have time to try and counter what the guy's putting out. If they actually have time to do that and they feel like they've got time to do that, then yeah. What's the game time at the moment?
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh, it is 10 minutes at the moment.
Yes.
Oh, that is quite long. Okay. Fair enough. I agree with everything you've said.
I think this is one of the problems with having a person who is completely out of touch with the meta organizing the tournaments.
No, you're not. It's not. What you're saying is got nothing to do with the meta. You're doing a fine job, dude. it's just a game mode that we're not really used to using in a. Just don't worry, we're getting there. None of the players are complaining, are they?
I think
everybody's getting on with it. We're seeing.
I think they're too scared to complain on the ground that I might just ban them.
Have you heard Master Gustav and Polar Bear? They're not too scared to complain about anything.
Well, I've already banned Polar Bear once, so maybe I should be a little less heavy-handed.
Luke's knocking around in a meta wall, but a heavy meta wall, not as quick as they usually are. Sarris is knocking around in a cannon heavy meta wall, so he's basically, he's taken a little bit of thrust off and added a little bit more firepower, where Luke has taken a little bit of taken a little bit of thrust off and added some armor. So anybody shout, both players know what they're doing. Luke bending over, is that what that is? I'm not sure. No, just turning back around,
warming up,
and coming in. Cyrus's gun's already firing. He's going quite quick.
No damage taken.
Nope.
Luke just deciding to go straight for the little AI ship, it seems.
Yep.
Well, I am back. Sorry for that.
No problem. It's Luke and Sarris, both of them playing what we're used to seeing them play. I don't know what.
The wall of the time, yeah.
Yeah, Luke's playing a heavy version.
Both are triple shielding, right?
Yeah, Luke is, however, about to take a kick into the.
Yeah, but it's look like Luke both have more. He have more armor, which means he is heavier but bulkier. So he will be a bit slower, but he can take a hit better.
He just ate it big time, unfortunately.
That's alright. Also, Luke have more electro, like.
Yeah, they are quite useful on these ships. However, the ranges involved never really seem to let the electro bolts do that much.
Luke is standing for the AI ship, but Luke.
Cyrus not using his full speed here to accelerate towards Luke here.
Maybe he can't because of the balancing in the.
That's a good
I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's a lot of damage coming onto
That did hurt, but not as much as it might have.
That's why the small ships, AI ships, are full of armor. You're not supposed to be engaging on them when the enemy is barreling down on you. They're really tough to take out for their points gain.
Yeah.
Luke is going for the AI again. By the way, it seems like Luke is going for the AI again. Interesting.
I do quite like those little ships memories. They're a nice little.
Cyrus made them.
Objective.
Cyrus made them, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the idea of having them in the game, actually, the concept.
Well,
the ships are nice, but the actual concept's good.
the other thing about these arena mode is that with these little AI ships, they were supposed to like somewhat counter just building pure speed, but evidently that has not happened. Since there are technically an objective that any ship can get to, and if your ship is slow, it doesn't really matter as long as you can keep attacking it.
Fair enough.
Okay, Luke just respawned with a railgun fan. The same railgun fan we saw last tournament. He is winding up slowly, but surely.
That ship Luke left behind is still worth points, but Cyrus is not attacking it for some reason. It's worth less and less points.
Sarris is using it as a shield.
It's better to just take it out and get the points.
I would be really tempted to use the AI ship as a wall in between Railgun Fan and myself if I was Sarris.
Well, I like how Luke got rid of the Verania tribe at the end of the name. Like he's his own person now, no longer defined by his.
Is Verania no longer with us?
Well, I think I'm still seeing her in the Discord a few times. I think, but not really. It's Luke now.
Now,
Well,
the problem with that...
As you said... yeah,
Sorry, you speak.
Okay, so Orb said that Cyrus might have wanted to use the AI ship as a shield against the Railfan, but that will limit his own damage output and his movement, so I'm not sure that will be such a great thing.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing it. Well, yeah, Luke just waits and wins, doesn't he? That is right.
Nah, Sarris does.
No, Cyrus.
Sorry,
No,
Sarris
not
waits and wins, that's what I mean.
I
Like,
think the Railsman, no, out of range.
in theory, the AI ships should probably be worth a little more points and be a little harder to kill. So you can't just wait and just kite forever. But that has not happened because of me. My design screwed up. I think for the next time, we're still going to do arena, but instead of like one AI ship per team, we're going to have one single AI ship in the third team that people just like contest over as a proper objective.
A barrage, and Luke is spinning his rail, and
Ooh, that was a nice
Whoa.
shot, but
It's devastating. A lot of people died.
will it be enough in 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
and the rail. No, he can manage out of that, right?
he needs to destroy that ship without taking too much damage himself. That's the win
I've got a
condition.
feeling he's going to do it now.
1 rail, 2 rail, 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
6. Ah,
Oh, that stung. Oh,
rail funds are just. Oof.
he needs to get back in the circle though.
How do you counter those rails? With a spinner, like how?
Rail fans are an intended mechanic. Like, I'm pretty sure Walt did not think of the ability
I
to
think
fan
they are-
rails.
It's not a bug, it's a feature, in my opinion. But how do
You've been developing games a while. Sounds like it.
Oh, what is your opinion on countering rail fans?
Okay, so how would I beat this ship? I beat this ship with smaller ships.
With a swarm. you
I
mean?
built, yeah, I beat this ship with my ion fist. That's how I beat that.
He's beat. I mean, Sarris is
Sandwich it
beating
with
it right
two-
now.
Yeah, I mean two small metal walls beat it. You sandwich it like we saw people do.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
tournament.
you're right.
We saw that.
Cosmoteer
Yeah,
did that.
yeah, that was it. I mean, it's literally a case of
With numbers, then.
yeah,
Just
with
numbers.
yeah, just with numbers, and you see that with a lot of the ships that you look at, and you're like, how on earth do you beat that? And it's like, the answer is pretty much, oh, there we go. The answer is always, you have more than one ship. So who's winning this?
Yeah, it's definitely Sarris. In fact, I'm pretty
Right
sure it's
now.
impossible for Luke to come back from
But you
this.
still have 5 seconds. A lot can change in 5 seconds.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
No,
second,
there's
1
not
second
enough.
left,
There's not
Sarris.
enough points on the field for Luke to come back from that. Congratulations to Cyrus for going on to the semifinals.
Semifinals?
Yes.
good
As
game,
I
guys.
said-
That was
as I
entertaining.
said-
Well done.
I definitely think Cyrus is one of the people who might win this tournament. He definitely was great in the last. It was very close. I think he got second place once or twice, right? I definitely think he is one of the favorites to
He's a
win.
very strong
And
player.
now with both Luke and One Eye out of the game, it's getting easier for him. So next gonna be Timmy against Roger and Right. Please join.
It's going to be very interesting when this meta does change and releases something to see what happens to the names on the board, isn't it? Because, you know, we've seen a lot of players cycle through when the game has sort of like fairly groundbreaking changes happen to it. Interesting to see who we see remain and who we see not.
I feel like I'm power tripping with the ability to just change the meta at will.
Timmy FC. Do we know what FC stands for?
Yes.
Where I'm from, it stands for football.
Gustav class.
Okay.
I'm serious. It is Gustav fourth class or fourth clan, however they call it.
Okay. Oh,
It's
they
the
got a
people
clan
that-
going on because
I think Roger.
Gustav. Fourth clan.
I think Roger was also part of the same clan. So
Yeah, people
Clans
that
now, eh?
Gustav is teaching Cosmoteer now.
Gustav teaches Cosmoteer.
Gonna have to start getting some clans together.
I already said that, but you should go check it.
Alright, looks like both players are ready, and let's go. Looks like Timmy has decided to go for the same ship as he used before. Meanwhile,
Roger
with
right, going for a
the
scout.
Yeah. That's the same wall Timmy used last game, right? Yeah, it is.
That's a
Last round.
lot of engines.
Yeah, the only thing I have is only one control room and it's right in the middle. Not even behind the thruster, just right in the middle. I don't like that.
That is a railgun's best friend.
If I was Roger, what ship would I use here? He does have a railgun spinner, but I don't know if that's the right option.
I think Roger is going to try and push that AI ship out of the perimeter.
Oh.
I mean, it's not going to
I'd
be
tempted
easy.
to go. I'd be very tempted to go 2 750 meta walls actually. Like, I think maybe. Well, I'd use a. I think I. No, I'd be using
I think
my.
maybe going a railgun spinner. I don't know how good it will be because he can just Timmy can just go around it and like take the AI ship.
Just to be clear, the AI ship does have thrusters. It has like 4 small ones, 8 small thrusters.
Yeah, which is basically nothing.
Yeah, it's just there to
And
prevent it
it's
from
eight,
drifting.
Eight.
Eight,
small ones.
eight,
Oh,
eight, eight.
Which is still nothing.
Basically, walking speed.
Roger is just speaking the AI ship.
I mean, if he doesn't want to respawn, he will lose this. He needs to respawn. Even 8 small thrusters is gonna be a pain when the AI is just like gonna spin around and around and around. It doesn't want to get out the perimeter either.
Timmy, yeah, seems competent enough. I thought Timmy was, for some reason, when I hear Timmy, I just think of the character from South Park.
Yeah, I think I might have played a bit too much South Park games recently too.
I apologize, Timmy. You are obviously a competent player, and not Timmy from South Park.
Okay, so will Roger respawn?
He needs to. If he doesn't, he's never gonna like. Even if he does push it out, what exactly is it gonna do to him? Like it's just gonna fly back in, and he's gonna lose points as well for being outside the perimeter. Well, that's 300 points to Timmy already.
Mm-hmm. Going to be 400 if Roger won't respawn soon.
I should probably add AI shift with like guns. Probably.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't see them as being necessary. I mean, what's going on here? Right. One player is refusing to engage, so the other player is getting some free points. That kind of works. I mean, it's not ideal, but then this guy's just wandered off out of the arena. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you want to do?
Not your fault that this is not ideal. And you have a mechanic in place that that punishes. Seems fair. I would very much like Timmy to go and kill Roger.
He doesn't like that's literally the last thing he wants to do, because if he kills Roger,
Roger is
There we go.
So Roger is about 400 behind now. Soon to be 300 because one ship is the perimeter, the AI I mean. Not going to make it back in time too. So about 300 points behind.
One railgun is charged up.
But he didn't fan it right. It was just normal shots.
Well, that's actually that wasn't a good idea.
That's some damage. Yes, spinners against railgun spinners and fan against dodger walls. Yeah. Well, yes, lag. We are experiencing Roger.
Oh dear. Looks like we're gonna have to restart once more.
Okay. See you in the lobby.
Why are you saying you're gonna leave or something? We remain in voice chat, you know.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
My game is crashing as well. Damn it, Walt.
Poor Walt. I had a
yep, the crash.
I had a secret bet with a friend who plays that we were just discussing how tricky balancing certain games is, and for a very long time I said to him that I feel like multiple missile types in this game would be nearly unbalanceable, and that he would struggle with them. I think it might be proved right. I think that might be exactly what is happening. Polar bears. Oh no.
Why do I even need a password? I don't need a password. I just kick people anyway.
What? Hey.
Yeah, my game crashed too.
Yeah, that seemed to happen more or less.
What is is going on with the password? Hang on, okay, I'll start this game again.
There is no password.
What?
You should just be able to join.
Don't get old, boys. Don't get old. Where is game? Joining the game. Oh, so you right? You are. Yep.
Remember, if this we only allow for one crash restart. If it crashes the second time, then Roger is going to be disqualified. Ooh, rather, Timmy is going to win by default. But no, I did ask Road about next update, and he said it'll probably the stable version is probably gonna be out before February.
Oh wow!
Probably.
Cool.
No
Cool.
promises.
Cool. It's going to be such a big change to the game. I feel like it's going to take everybody at least to get the hang of it, and I don't think we're going to see a stable meta for at least a month and a half. Should be good. Very much.
I have one word. Actually, 2 words. I'm sorry. I was mistaken. 2 words.
Go on then.
Friendly fire.
Ah, I like nuke swarm.
EMP missiles are gonna be such a meta shifting weapon. I mean,
I also have 2 words. What's new?
but friendly fire gonna be so fun. So fun.
How is it going to be a button that switches on and off, or is it like
in the game setting?
okay, so you can turn friendly fire on?
Why didn't Roger start with a full battleship?
Why is he trying to push?
That's not the meaning of those scouts, really.
Why is he trying to push the little AI ship out again?
Roger. Roger, stop that, please.
What is he trying to achieve?
I don't know, but I kind of want him to do it. Come on. Just put more thrust on the damn side of the ship, Roger.
I mean, if I made this thing a perfect circle, would it be easier to push it around? No, because there would be no way to grapple onto it. Yeah, it's supposed to be hard. That's why they have thrusters, so you can't just push them around.
Well, I mean, technically you could just make a ship which have like a built-in space for both AI ship and just collect them both. And then like protect your own one with the enemy one. And just run around the map and maybe push the enemy one out of the perimeter and like keep your own inside your ship. Roger is still going at it.
I mean, not only is he like doing this inefficiently, if Timmy decides to push, he can do it faster than Roger because he has more thrusters. Yeah, it looks like Roger has decided to spool.
I mean, he was probably just giving Timmy a 200 points advantage for it to be fair, you know.
Well, let's hope that doesn't come back. That doesn't come back and bite him in the rear.
Okay. So Timmy now just needs to avoid this rather slow railgun ship for the next.
Yeah,
six,
but
six
the perimeter
minutes.
gonna get pretty cramped soon.
Yeah.
I mean, Nemec tried the same thing with Roger a few rounds before, and it didn't work out too well for him.
So, how about you? How are you doing this winter?
It's actually summer for me. I'm in the southern hemisphere.
You live upside down. I forgot.
On the ceiling.
It's bad enough that my own the mod team mocks me for living upside down, but hey, why does Modbot mock me for that? He also lives upside down. He lives in South Africa.
Well, it's pretty cold here. Pretty serious winter for
Oh,
us at least.
I'll think of you when I'm eating my ice cream.
English winters are always pretty mild. We haven't even had any snow. A fairly snowy part of the country, really. So.
Oh, the rails.
Yep. Oh, they took
One
out
cannon
a lot
out.
of shield though.
One cannon is out. Oh, the rail's gonna hit again.
Oh, he needs to continue moving. Gotta keep moving.
No,
Yeah, he should be out of range.
right.
He's out of range now, yep.
So the way I thought about beating these railguns was another railgun ship, but you have the railguns closer to the front of the ship than they are on the spinners, because obviously if you have a railgun, let's call it a railgun kite, you keep your railguns at the very front of the ship, so they fire as soon as they engage within the range of the enemy.
Yeah,
you get it? Yeah,
but
and
then
you
can only but if you get the railgun in range, then they can shoot you back, and you need to take out the railguns.
That's
for it
true.
To be effective.
Yes,
so
that is very true.
Of meaning.
But
if you can keep kiting, then the range will.
Yeah, the idea there is you get into fire and then get out of range before your opponent's one hits you, which is quite hard to do, I'll be honest. And a railgun kite is next to impossible to pull off because they're so heavy. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, some thrusters out. That's bad, very, very bad for Timmy. And
oh,
Ooh.
Timmy, come on. It'd be worth this discharge. Would be worth it though if you could get a shifty on.
No, don't attack him, Timmy. No.
Oh dear.
Looks like someone killed over.
Oh no, looks like we're.
Okay, Octo's gone.
We lost one, and the game has crashed again.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh wow! I got a proper error there.
Me too.
Nice.
And Excel just randomly decided to open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I need to give that to Walt or anything?
Nah, just close it. It'll be in your log file, and I'm pretty sure I have the exact same error. Well, how are we gonna decide this?
Rochambeau.
Because Roger already crashed once, and that time it was him. But this technically wasn't him.
Let's do it again. If it goes this time, then yep, we'll have to think of something. But it's not like we can call heads or tails, is it?
No. Alright. Third time lucky?
Yep. Are you back?
I am hosting the game right now.
Okay.
Note to Walt. Arena mode is very, very broken.
Twitchy. Welcome back, young man.
Wait, you are on observers?
Hello, it's looking like I have some internet problems, but I should be back. Did the game crash, or did you manage to finish it?
Oh, the game crashed. I don't necessarily think.
I think that was my problem, because a problem on my side, I mean, because my internet crashed and I lost connection.
It is. Are you rural or big city?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Are you rural or big city? Are you in a city or in the countryside?
I'm pretty close to the city.
Okay,
But you know, it's not really big here, so it's mostly the same.
It's more like, is your internet speed good? Is your internet connection good?
Oh, I think the problem is in my computer actually, because I can't explain it. My computer is pretty shit. It's a toaster, a potato, a combination of the two.
Okay.
Roger again with the sumo scout chips. Why
Okay.
do you do this, Roger?
Every time he crashes, we should slash his budget by like 500,000. That's also part of the reason why I don't really want Gustav hosting, because he says he doesn't have a very good computer, and if he's hosting a tournament,
Oh
then
wait, did Roger just can take another ship? Yet it's a cannon wall smaller thingy.
Oh, it does. It's kind of like a little cannon thingy, and
not enough backward thrust.
I want a penny every time you say that. Just I do.
also it's not
The
symmetrical.
backward thrust jar.
It's not symmetrical, so it's
Oh nah, that's okay. Why not symmetrical? Oh, the color scheme.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Well, that's gonna hurt.
You know, Roger, if you finish this round quickly, then there's a less chance that you crash and lose. Also, apologies
Okay,
if
he responded. Yeah, and he responded with the spinner.
Right, so if Timmy charges now, head on, manages to get through the shields and damage like 2 of these rails, he's got a really good chance of winning.
I think he already lost the chance because the thrusters are up. Or maybe Okay, maybe you can do something.
No, that's not how I do it. Ooh.
Roger isn't using it as a fan though, just using it as a rail wall.
Yeah.
It's doing its job.
Yeah, it is doing damage.
Doesn't seem like it's in any danger right there. Ooh,
Oh,
ow.
now that's damage.
I think he heard us. Oh. Okay, yeah, if this one crashes, it's fairly obvious where this wind's going.
Ah! He missed 2 shots. Okay, Roger is up the lead with 500 points gap.
Also, if you hear like loud clicking, that's because I changed my keyboard, so apologies for that.
No worries. Ice is gonna sting. Ooh, quite lucky there.
Oh, yeah,
Timmy
I
spawned in
think,
a second.
I think that's pretty much it for Timmy. Oh, he did respawn. Yeah. Not that it's gonna help him much because Roger took very slight damage from the other wall.
Mm. As far as the tactics in Arena are concerned, people are kind of wasting the scout slot. I'd be really tempted to put perhaps a triple ion little ship in there that can perhaps do some damage from like behind.
But the
of a larger
more
ship.
credits you invest in it, the more points the enemy will get when he destroys it. So you have to be sure you can destroy his ship with the information you get, otherwise you just lost and gave him the advantage of a few points.
That's true, but I don't see that any of these ships have been anything other than a point sink. They haven't had a. Do you know what I mean?
Power Bear used the small cannon ship as a scout.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I certainly think they need to be more than little the scout. Do you know what I mean? I think they need to be able to have a battlefield role. Obviously, they've got to be small because otherwise, like you said, tactically you're at a disadvantage. Oh, if that reaches.
No, too much ammo. Roger might win this by reaching 2000 points before the time limit. He's already at 1,800.
I'm seeing 1429.
Yeah, Roger gonna win this by reaching 2000 points.
Are you
very
seeing?
soon.
Are you seeing the points
Yeah.
on the player.
Yeah, no, press space button.
I feel stupid. There we go. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Roger is going for the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Roger.
Next round will be Lollyross versus Slowking, the current champion. One of the current champion, Luke and Slowking from the team. So any good TV shows any of you can recommend me?
Cosmoteer PvP.
Yeah, I do have Netflix. I just watched the Titans, the new Titans show.
What was your opinion on that?
Well, I think it's not as bad as other heroes TV shows are. You know that? I really like the DC heroes, and I physically suffered when the DC Universe movies came out.
It was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I actually had physical pain when I saw them. So after Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman was the last one I saw. Then I came to see Wonder Woman because I heard it was actually good, but other than that, didn't see the others. But then DC was always a bit stronger in the TV series department, right? Like you have the Flash and the Arrow, which I personally didn't like very much, so I didn't watch. But then you got Robin and Starfire and Beast Boy and Raven, but they didn't have a Cyborg because of the old Justice.
Because he's in the film,
yeah. So I liked the original Teen Titans that I saw as a small kid, right? I liked it. So I was like, yeah, it wasn't as bad as other heroes TV shows are, but it wasn't as good as it might have been, you know?
Yeah. So in terms of the kids for the DCEU, like my exposure was Teen Titans Go, which is
I didn't saw it. I didn't saw it because it's not really a hero TV show, right? It's like
hilarious. It is so funny. Like me and my wife, I'm nearly 40 and my wife's 35, and we both watched this cartoon and laughed our asses. It's hilarious. And I've watched Young Justice and a new Young Justice.
Oh, I love Young Justice.
That was great, wasn't it? Yeah. And I hadn't watched any of the Teen Titans proper anime style, the proper Teen Titans cartoon. But I wasn't overly impressed with the TV series. I kind of felt like the characters weren't how I was used to seeing the characters. Sorry, we were waiting for me to ready up. I just felt like the characters weren't the ones I was expecting to see. They were all really different.
One thing I was really disappointed at, because they didn't want to create many CG animals, Beast Boy can only turn into a tiger.
So no dinosaurs, isn't it?
No dinosaurs this time.
I won't lie. I kind of tuned in to see Starfire, and I wasn't expecting to see that Starfire. I was like, come on then, we're going to see some scantily clad Starfire, and this is going to be awesome.
Okay, so back to the game. Back to the game.
Streaming, by the way.
We have the Iron Folk.
Yep,
Lollyross. Right, we have the Iron Folk from Lollyross, the purple one.
Slowking
on the left
got his hybrid meta. Yep, hybrid meta thingy. Whew. He's dislocated his ship compartments.
Dislocated. That sounds like it hurts.
Do you know, this Lollyross's ions might be quick enough to just to be able to present their front to Slowking, and if he can't get around that front, he might have a real problem.
I think he might. Lollyross doesn't have any PD, so maybe
he does.
Slowking can just kite him.
Yep.
He does have PD. Sorry, he does have PD. He added since last game.
Well.
Yeah, the ship. He changed the ship since last game. Quick.
It's definitely kiting there.
Well, adopt, adapt, and improve, right? Well, we actually can do something about it. We can kick Octo from the game.
Why? I couldn't hear what you said. You just.
Like that. Slowking doing a decent job of avoiding all these ions.
Yeah, Slowking is still at a disadvantage though because it disconnected the crew quarters.
And of course,
slowly but surely he's building the points back up by destroying that ammo at the front of the fort.
and of course, remember, ions don't give points. They're bugged.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so right now it's a tie.
It's
With the points.
It is. Well, Team 2 just about doing it, but yeah. Lolly Ross. Oh, Lolly Ross is slowly winning, actually.
Lolly Ross is at the disadvantage right now.
Crazy lag.
Oh, you're gonna collide with the AI ship.
That could.
that could be bad.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if it is that bad because I don't need some time to do damage. Oh, he gonna collide too. He waits too much, it doesn't matter to him.
This is pretty laggy.
Not much we can do about it though. Okay, so right now Lolios is out of the perimeter and Slowking is carefully dancing around it. Oh, another collide.
It's not enough to stop Slowking from just kiting forever. The lag is getting rather bad. Yes.
Oh, that's some damage on the side of the iron.
Attacking the AI ship is a bad idea because, like I said, too much armor.
Those missiles are finding their way right.
Yeah, that's some damage of the side there. If you can only take a few thrusters down, then Slowking will have this in the back.
Next 5-10 seconds. There we go.
Oh yeah, and he's starting to hit the thrusters. Bad for Lolly Rush, definitely.
Honestly, at this point, I would say that Lodiros should just respawn and come back with another ship, because this one is clearly not working out for him.
Hmm. Slowking's ship, I feel, is one of those ships that we discussed earlier on, where you really have to be bringing multiple ships to be able to deal with it. I think we need a word for those. When a ship is decent enough that it doesn't really necessarily have a counter, and you want to be bringing numbers rather.
I don't think that it's because it doesn't have a counter. It's just it's too fast.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I can't look at Slowking's ship and go, I bring this. I look at it. I have to look at it and go, oh, I need to flank it. That's it. Okay, Lodiros. A rather large amount of small railguns. Let's hope they turn around. Now.
It's looking like this one is missing some thrust, though.
Yep.
Yeah, it won't be able to even get up in time.
I think it is.
Slowking is already there.
Interesting that the arena is definitely quick startup ships are going to be like a really important part of arena play.
Well, congratulations to Slowking.
And Slowking is up for the semi-finals. Okay, so for the first semi-final battle, we have Sarris and Roger and Trite.
No, we still have one more quarterfinal.
I'm sorry, Polar Bear and Pyrus before that. Right. Sorry.
Have either of you experimented much with the with the dislocation of crew? The crew ejecting crew quarters. Either
a bit, like a tiny bit.
It is extreme. It's disgusting what you can do. It literally has turned a quick meta into
quicker
meta. The quickest of metas. Yeah, I don't think there could ever be anything really. That's
next tournament I'm gonna have to work on trying to cut down on how speed is affecting these games, because right now I think it doesn't really matter what you take. Speed is the way to win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the railgun spinners are pretty good.
They are.
And they're not very speedy.
I agree that speed is definitely the way to win. I would like you to tell me why that's a bad thing. Just devil's advocate. I'm not being obnoxious. It's like something has to be the best thing in the game, the most important thing.
And I think speed, in that sense, is better than other because it also requires you to think a lot.
It's something to do with skill expression, like the difference between a player of low skill versus a different player of higher skill is that how well they can control their ships and how well they are designing their ships to make them fast, essentially. The other problem is that ships that are so fast that it's actually hard to hit them even with small lasers, and I don't think that's right.
I think that the projectile speed should be changed in the next few updates. That's my opinion, at least.
I think the projectile change, yeah. Or we need to just halve all engine outputs. Either way, or not half, but you know what I mean. Knock a percentage off. If we're too quick. Obviously that's a gross.
Okay, so by the look,
Polar bear has a literal triangle.
Pyros will use a full-out battleship on the start and not a scout.
Polar bear has a
And
scout.
Polar will go with the scout.
What's Polar Bear got?
He's got nothing but a triangle. I think.
Well, this is Preyas and Polar Bear, one of our favourite teams from the
Oh,
Cosmoteer League days.
that's pretty smart from Polar Bear perspective, because you have there is no fog of war. You can clearly see the enemy ship and respawn immediately. With
No,
the counter.
note to
You don't
self.
actually need a scout.
Note to self. Add fog of war for next tournament.
No, I don't like the fog of war.
Your dislike has been noted.
I don't feel like Fog of War is particularly like Cosmoteer. I get why it's necessary. I get why in a real-time strategy. Just don't feel like Cosmoteer is, really benefits massively. It's like another one of those buttons that you don't really need to press. Doesn't necessarily.
Maybe if you can make the game an RTS.
Yeah, but we don't. I don't think we far into the RTS.
Okay,
now.
so the railgun shot is out and it's get blocked.
I got a
the
feeling
ammo.
we're just gonna be sitting here and slapping the crap out of each other, aren't we? Is that gonna be? It's gonna stay there. Yep, they're staying there. That's it. Just gonna. Okay, who's die first?
Well, Polar doesn't have any PD on his own ship,
And railguns.
but he does have
They're
more
quite efficient.
missiles. I don't know. Cyrus is spinning to get the railguns out of harm's way.
Well, he needs to
I
use
think-
them. Otherwise, what's the point of having railguns, right?
Yeah.
Well, he is keeping on spinning, so he will be using them very soon. And he
That was a
misses.
joke. Oh, that's starting to do some damage.
I think that was a wrong ship choice from Polar.
They do too. Oh, these railguns are devastating. If he can finish off that side of Polar Bear's ship, it's going to keep them fairly safe as well. Polar Bear might need to cut his losses at some point and just spawn a ship that can take down Preyas. And if Preyas' railgun get down the close to being where he was there, but and he's all but down.
Yep. There goes the ship.
See another ship. See another ship spawn in a moment. Right, now what's Preyas got left?
He's got.
Pretty much his whole ship. He just lost the ammo on the front there.
Railguns are exposed though, so that's not great.
Yeah.
But the missile launchers are fine.
I mean, maybe he's going to be. We might see some more spinning. And we have.
Yeah, 2 spinners.
Oof.
Interesting.
Is this like the same design as Dallas did, or those tournaments ago?
Yes.
They're all similar.
almost the same. I mean, it's the same kind of ship, so.
Yeah, like, is this like the same concept?
Yeah.
Very similar, yes.
And they are hard to beat. There's no getting around it. Like, someone's Thrust makes no difference here. The more thrust you bring to the party on this, the more money you've wasted.
I mean, this is the exact opposite of like speed is the key to victory, but this isn't great either. There should be like
this doesn't have to be spinning. This doesn't have to be spinning. I know these guys don't have to spin at all, and they don't have to be circular. Because really, I think that we all don't like these ships because we think they're ridiculous because they spin and they're circle, and that isn't what spaceships should be. But this doesn't have to be a circle, and it doesn't have to spin. It is a railgun tank. You know, I know the fashion at the moment is to make them round, but you know, it's still a very valid ship choice. I mean, ouch.
Well, the railguns are out for Pyro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a particular fan of circle or the spinning, to be honest. I feel like it.
It's so the enemy will have less places to clean on, you know?
Oh, I get it. I do get it.
Also, I have to say that real spaceships would probably also be circular because it is easier to make artificial gravity this way. Just spin them around.
Tubular shaped and O'Neill cylinder. So, the technical term for it. I take it we all like our science fiction here.
Yeah. If you're playing Cosmoteer, I guess so.
Yeah. There's a wonderful channel on called Isaac Arthur. As in Isaac, as in often. So Isaac Arthur. Thoroughly recommend it to anybody. He's absolutely amazing. Talks about science fiction. Talks about near future sciences in relation to science. Really good channel, worth a watch. Preyas suffering. Oof.
Well, Preyas is still on the lead, you know? If he can stall it long enough. Or even maybe do some significant damage with the missiles. Because those spinners don't have any PD on them. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, not as much as I thought.
No, but I think it was luck. Oh. Okay. The push effect on those railguns. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's. I mean, the amount of damage that I think the railgun's causing here, just by keeping him out of the circle.
Well, 1 minute and a half. Maybe Powers can stall it long enough.
If Polar Bear destroys Pyrus' ship, then...
Oh, did Pyrus just respawn? Yeah, he respawned.
I don't think that's the best idea. Actually, you know what it is, because...
Pyrus is still on the lead.
It's going to be close, that's what we can say.
Respawning outside the Ring of Death seems a little bit unfair, if I'm honest.
That's how Mafia works. Yeah, I don't like that idea either, but that's how it is. Ooh, that missile barrage. Gonna do some damage, I think.
Oh, devastating.
Oh, railguns too. That's gonna be a close one.
Needs to concentrate on the other ship now.
Ooh, those missed.
Oh,
If that hit,
That was
that
amazing.
might have just cost Colaber the game.
yep. Congratulations
miss, yeah.
to Pyrus for winning.
Nice one, Preyas. Woohoo.
Why did I just get pinged? Hold on a second. Ah, there we go. Oh, now we move on to the semi-finals. Round 1 is Sarris versus Roger Ain't Right. Just waiting for our participants to ready up.
Not your turn. Oh, okay, left.
Sarris and Roger went right. Come on, let's ready up.
Wait, Roger, what you accusing me of?
Who was dissing the rail spinners?
I think it was you.
Oh, I was dissing the rail spinners. It was me. They look like garbage. Sorry, guys. I'll stick to it. They do look like garbage. Doesn't mean they're bad though. Sarris, waiting on you. Ready up. Come on.
By the look of it, Roger gonna start with the scout, while Cyrus gonna start with...
There we go.
Yeah, Roger gonna start with one part, probably the structure part. And Cyrus gonna start with a full ship.
Right then. So,
yeah, Cyrus with the same ship we've seen from him until now. And Roger probably gonna spawn his spinner.
Yeah, he does have a ship. He has like one tiny little ship, piece of triangle somewhere. It's so small I can't even see it.
Yeah, so that needs to change as well. That kind of, you can spawn in a structure block. That's a bit weak.
Yeah, Cyrus
That
just
needs a
gonna
fix.
ignore the spinner. Absolutely, just ignore the spinner and take the AI ship. Hoping he can get enough points before the road closes up and you have to fight him. I think he needs about 500, 600 points, so like 5-6 AI ships, to have a clear advantage at the fight when the road starts to close.
Yeah. I think
Something
you're right.
like that.
But there's one.
Oh, looks like Roger gonna try to protect this one. Don't think he can make it in time though, don't know.
Doesn't look like that spinner's got any ideas about moving at all. Just wants to spin.
And that's 2 for Sarris.
Oh, looks like he was going for a cheeky one there. No, changed his mind.
I think he's just trying to distract him from the AI ship. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, he's just trying to distract him from the AI ship.
Did a good job of it too. Now, is Sarris good enough to lead this spinner on a merry chase and then get back in time? He is, isn't he? Yeah. Just let the spinner off into nowhere, and now he's going to
come back and kill the AI.
Roger seems rather not caring about the AI points.
They aren't worth a lot of points, it's true, but
you don't have to win by many points to win.
No, you just have to win by 1.
Uh-huh. $300 points at the moment. Ooh. Move, Sarris, move.
Yeah, he will out of the way.
That was a little closer than him.
I guess that spinners have some control difficulty to them. Okay, 400 gap.
Looks like Roger has decided to make his move on the own little airship himself.
Okay, Sarris can.
Oh, he's doing it again. Distracting him from the AI ship. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Now a 500 gap.
Should be able to
And
get to
3
the
minutes left.
Yeah, should be able to get to the next one and get that one down without too much of an issue. At this point, Roger needs to sit in the middle. There's no point. There's no point in him being out towards an edge. He's got a range of 250. He needs to sit in the middle.
Yep, and if he does significant enough damage to Cyrus's ship, then he still wins, even with the 500 gap.
Yep. Yep. If he stays local to where he is sort of now, in the next few seconds, then they have to engage. There's no two ways about it.
Well, it looks like the Cyrus is engaging right now.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, how are his shields?
As I said, he wanted to have some advantage, some insurance with the points before he attacks face on.
He's doing decent damage.
He is. He can't afford to back off. What surface area of cannons, shields. Get in there, lad.
I think he needs to back off slightly just to let his shield regenerate. Otherwise, he's gonna lose an ion cannon or two. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, it's definitely not good. I think the railguns, those in the middle, would go next.
There's one railgun, there's two.
And second is gone.
And I think that's game.
Well, Roger is out of weapons on this ship. And we only have 30 seconds. There's not much I can do. Definitely when he will respawn without any outside of the perimeter. Yeah, he is with the same speed now.
So is that well played, Sarris?
Yep. Congratulations to Cyrus to moving on to the finals. And next up is Slowking versus Pyro. This is taking a long time, this tournament.
Also, I'm very sorry, but it's too late for me, and I will leave.
Yeah, you should probably
No
go
worries.
sleep. Yeah, no worries.
Have a good night,
We'll
mate.
finish it.
See you later on.
Cheers for hosting. Goodbye.
Right then. So it is Slowking and
Pyrus. Preyas.
Preyas. No worries. That's alright. Don't worry. I get it wrong. I think this is a fairly even match. I will not be able to call this one. Both players very competent. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So Preyas has been using a missile ship with twin railguns. He likes spinning. He's done quite well with it, although the front seems a little vulnerable, and he's up against some good players. So we'll see how well that does. And Slowking, I've completely forgotten what Slowking was using, but I'm sure we'll see very shortly. Both players just going for it, spending the credits. No messing around. Oh no, Slowking deciding to change his mind. Nope, everybody's spent up. Let's do this. So we'll start from the right. And Slowking using his Meta War Hybrid. I love these styles of ships. I can't wait to build one after the tournament. And
Pyrus using the same thing.
Preyas using, and he has
You painted it. Yes, you have.
painted his ship. Thank you, Preyas. Yep. Let's see where it goes. That maneuverability, I'm not sure is going to be that useful against this amount of armor. And once again, as long as Preyas can spin, it should really keep some of that maneuverability from Slowking from being too advantageous. Slowking in this point hasn't removed his crew quarters. I think he knows that his maneuverability isn't going to be, isn't it here? Right. Both players lining up. Looks like Preyas is going to want to try and get some early railgun hits on here. Ooh. Oh, Preyas, I think you've...
There goes one railgun. That's not good.
Yeah, but I feel like Slowking's ship is just getting torn apart.
I think
I
he's...
feel like he's only got half a ship left.
Yeah, those PD, they aren't doing enough, honestly.
No.
Especially with
okay,
one
so
side
Preyas
just disappeared.
Preyas has left. Yeah, I mean Preyas has left like the two railguns, but that ship is designed to be able to lose the railguns. Let's be honest. That's how you design a ship like that. Oh.
That's very not good.
Yeah.
Well, at least he hasn't at least Slowking hasn't lost that section yet because there's a control room on there.
That's true. I mean, and this, I think, what we're seeing here is exactly they're called ultralight builds now. You build a ship with nothing holding it together, and that's what happens. You know, it falls apart. It takes a couple of lucky hits, and your ship just explodes.
I think it's called being a glass cannon.
Yeah, that's yep. It's you spend all that money, and the problem that he spent all didn't help in this particular occasion. So he spawned in, and he spawned in a second one, and he's losing his crew quarters again. They're going, so he's going to try and play around with his maneuverability in this point. Now, interestingly enough, right, the reason why Preyas' ship wasn't particularly good at spinning was because the mass, and those railguns were a really large part of that mass. And I'm right in thinking his ship is now going to weigh an awful lot less, and is not going to have any problems turning to face, or you know, his opponent here. It should feel like it's a lot more maneuverable. And once again, we. Okay, this back armor of Preyas is doing some good
It's
work.
doing good work, yeah.
He's already shot off one of his.
That's not just like thrusters, that's also part of its PD, which is pretty important.
Okay, so Slowking is having Preyas, do not fall into the trap of running out of the arena. So what have we got? Slowking's front end still functioning well, and he's still at max missiles as well. He's got a lot of shielding, but he's so vulnerable from the back, and those missiles just reach round. And as soon as they've taken out enough thrust, he's gone. You know, and that alpha strike of Slowking's really, he doesn't do that.
It's mostly just landing on the against the armor instead of like actual anything important.
Pardon? Say that again, sorry.
Like a lot just gets absorbed by the armor, and it's not like the missile launchers don't have shields protecting them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about speed and stuff, but you know, if you don't have to use that much armor to make speed, you know, to make people that overspend on speed really have to pay for it. I think we're just finding the balance. I mean, I know we've had like a couple of months to find the balance, but we've really got ships like this and ships like those circular ones that are showing that armor is still definitely part of the meta. You know, and can make a very quick ship a complete waste of money. You know, look at it. Preyas is he's only just about moving, let's be honest.
Well, congratulations to Preyas.
Well done, Preyas.
Winning the last round of semifinals, I guess. Or the second round.
Yeah.
I got up early today. Can you tell?
Who's up next?
Yep.
How many games we got left?
One. The final.
Okay, so the final is Preyas versus.
Sarris.
Was it Preyas versus Sarris? Forgive us if we're wrong. I think that's it. You guys know who's winning it. So yeah, the two guys are in the final. Just come in and load up. Come on. Octo's already gone to bed. It's like 3:30. Come on.
I should really work on some way of making these tournaments a bit faster. Like, this is
making
making these tournaments a bit faster.
well, there's no way to do it. We've looked at it. Don't worry about it. It's just lots of people want to play. You start earlier. That's
Any earlier, and I'd be getting up in the middle of the night. Kick and ban. Well, whoever he is doesn't matter anymore.
He's gone. Sarris and Preyas. Good luck, lads.
Kick and ban. I cannot wait for this game to be on Steam.
Just ready up and do it, yeah.
Like, once I get some proper tools to moderate these, it'll be so much easier.
I know, I hear you, I really do. But he's one man, and, you know.
Yeah, can't fault it.
No, we can't. We'll complain lots, but, you know, really, we love you all. We really do.
Not in that way, but we do love you.
That way. Well, maybe.
I just turned my head slightly without actually. What? This is one interesting ship. Is this a missile kiter? Oh, it is. It's a missile kiter from Sarris.
Are you playing something different? Look the same. Oh my god, it's a missile kiter. Okay. It's a heavily shielded missile kiter. That's really interesting. I can't even see what's going on that ship. Sarris, sort your paint scheme out, mate. Breaking my old eyes.
I think it's called camouflage, or rather.
I know. Cool. So I think he's got 2 missiles per segment. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 missiles? 12 missile launchers? Okay. Well, he's going to need to stop in a hurry, but let's see.
Oh, missiles on auto fire.
Yep. Basically, complete waste of a volley, but you know, fair enough.
It did a little bit of damage. Actually, this might work. This might work just fine because missiles have some rather decent range and they're detonating against the armor.
Mm. Just keep spinning.
Actually, he can't, like, Preyas can't even keep spinning. He needs to, like, fire back, otherwise he's gonna get slowly chunked down.
I think he needs... I don't know what I do here. If I had a ship that was... Well, I'd have a ship that was countering the missile kite. So I'd be really tempted to just blow this one as soon as possible and just jump in with something that can kill the missile kite.
Well, Preyas only is like his missiles are firing on two sides, whereas Cyrus is just.
Yeah, I feel like Preyas is kind of looking for an answer, like, and not really finding one at the moment.
He's too slow to catch him.
Yeah, I don't think he really knows what to do. And I think that's what Arena's good for, because you blow your ship up and bring in another one. You know, the more and more I play this mode, yeah. I was quite negative earlier about Arena, but I don't think I feel it's quite the same at the end of tonight.
I think before we well, after we end the stream today, I do want to like talk to you a bit about discussion with about balance and just the PvP in general, because I have nobody to talk to with.
Well, always available, dude. Always available.
Oh, looks like Preyas has decided to go for something else. He's respawned already.
It's the Falkland Islands all over again. What do you think happened at the Falkland Islands, Sarris? Which side were you on? Excuse me. So do we think Cyrus is British or Argentinian? The two combatants in the Falkland Islands. A really interesting war, actually. Very short, and but the tactics were really, really interesting.
I remember they sent bombers all the way from the Falklands.
We did. We sent the Vulcan bomber, and it refueled like 3 times en route in air, and this was when that wasn't particularly common. Really pushing sort of like the limits of the aviation, and the Falkland, and that bomber was already not particularly young. Yeah, great stuff. HMS Sheffield was one of the, I think in general, ship-wise. I live in Sheffield in the United Kingdom. Just an interesting point.
I also live in the United Kingdom. I live in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's technically part of the UK, right? We still have to queer our coins.
I don't think it's part of the UK. I think the Commonwealth, is that the one?
Yes, I know, I'm joking.
Called the Commonwealth?
We still have to queen our money, so I guess...
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, you're still part of the team, dude. Definitely still part of the team. In fact, you probably have the prettiest part of the team, really, because, you know, all I really see of New Zealand is how gorgeous the scenery is, and the fact that you've only got like 50 people or something like that.
50 people.
There's not a great deal of you.
50 people. 50 people and 5,000 sheep.
Yeah, those are the rumors. So Preyas respawning and giving Sarris some grief. Playing with 2 ships at the moment, so manoeuvring is obviously proving to be a bit of a pain. Those missiles though.
Yeah, unfortunately, just like Cyrus is a bit too fast to catch.
Yeah, Cyrus ships.
And yeah, the ion doesn't give any points. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. Take it if you need to, dude. It's all good. So Sarris is at the moment trying to take on Preyas' ship and doing a good job of slinging in missiles to his stern. Those triple shields, quite deadly, quite capable of taking on most of what's being thrown on them at the moment. Wonderful little design from Sarris, actually. Preyas' other ship getting some points back from the computer player. I think Sarris now looking to engage.
There's really nothing left to engage on. I'm pretty sure even if Cyrus gets... Sorry, you speak.
No, go on. Well, we've got a minute and 4. They're either going to fight each other or they're not. And I think Cyrus has just decided to bug out, actually.
He
doesn't think he needs to. And I think if we look at the scores, we'll find he's right. think so. So, Preyas, is he going to get back to the middle? And if he does make it back into the circle, I think he needs basically a full destruction of Sarris's ship, and maybe a little bit more. He might be able to blow up a ship, but these missiles are going to really hurt. Oh dear. Okay.
Well,
oh, that's probably a good game.
I think I can say congratulations to Cyrus now.
I think so. Well done, Preyas. Good crack at it. Not this one though. And well done to Sarris.
Our new champion.
Ship. Lovely little ship. And the paint scheme on that really hurt my brain.
I just stopped looking after a while because it's not worth it. Anyway, congratulations to Preyas for winning the first tournament of the year. Everybody should look forward to the After Dark tournament in 2 weeks' time. I hope. Yeah, 2 weeks' time. And
Cool.
that's all.
Nice one. See you later on, boys.
Anyway, see you later. Goodbye.
No worries.